Hey, back. It's the end of session. As you can see, I'm all smiles. As you can see. We're gonna have some good luck this time with the picture. Anyway. Seriously, I am loving this. Compared to before, and I was like, oh, I am loving this. Anyway, what did you think of the game? I thought it'd be a little different. There is actually DLC for it called Forbidden Shores, and the base game itself came with an extra chapter, as they're called Ida's Dream. And yes, that's how her name's pronounced. That's what the devs call her in the behind the scenes video that's on YouTube, on their channel. Because I wasn't like, apparently some people call her Ida, other people call her Ida. And I went to just look up the game in general, and it had a behind the scenes video on the listing. So I thought, well, that's game devs. They make the game. Let's see how they pronounce it. And they call her Ida. Just thought I'd clarify that before people get confused. But yeah, there is extra content if anyone wants me to use them as another stitch along video. I don't know if it'll be the next one or whatever, because I've still to record them in general for my channel. I sampled the first stage of Forbidden Shores. I never completed it. I just sampled the beginning of it. And I'm like, yeah, it's gonna be fun. I actually heard of the game from one of the other gaming YouTubers. Actually, I think I mentioned him in a previous video, Jacksepticeye. It was just generally in the recommended when I was watching one of his other videos. And I thought, oh, try it, check it out, see what it's like. I mean, even when he's playing the game, he described it as an LSD trip. In fact, when it came to that blue lady, who officially is called Ghost, but he calls old bones after like her constantly saying these old bones and stuff. And there's one point he turns and goes, is she gonna tell me I'm taking LSD or I'm on an acid trip or something? Sorry, I just got itchy forehead for some reason. And so there is those like further bits. The Forbidden Shores has 8 chapters in it, and then there's Ida's Dream for 9 altogether, which makes sense because although you probably wouldn't have seen although you could see the little box drop down, it would have been awkward to see. It was achievement unlocked, and it was like achievement unlocked completed that level, and then that's what you kept getting. So I've still got 9 achievements to get because I've still got those 9 chapters to play. As I said, I'll definitely be playing them for my channel, but you know, folks like them, I'll add them to the Stitch With Me sessions. Anyway, back to the thing where I was still like, ooh, I'm loving this. I'm not sure if you noticed, probably because the way I held it up, I just kind of flashed it towards the screen. I'm going to try and do this properly because the light in here is getting to be sucky. Excuse me, especially as I'm right underneath it. Therefore you got dodgy shadows, probably having trouble seeing me now. I did a diagonal! I got it moving on the diagonal! And it'd be awkward to see, but there's a stitch and a half there. Or sorry, a 3/4 stitch. 2 3/4 stitches and a half. So basically, yeah, the equivalent of a stitch and a half. And as I said, and yeah, the way I'm doing this stitch on the diagonal is working that way in the, like, sort of from the 10 back to the 1, and I'm going down that way. Also, you'll probably find that this looks a bit different to the other one I showed. That's because, where did I put it? Do I still have it around here somewhere? I've been shifting my stuff all over the show, and I'm not sure I'm putting everything. Here they are. But yeah, it looks a bit different. You know, it's red, and it's got the diagonal lines for me to know where I'm to put my thingies, because I wasn't too sure how to do the stitching on the diagonal, you know, make sure I have things going on the diagonal. And my initial thought was to do that, a sort of step. Keep, like, as I'm going down, marking the diagonal, I'm going... Basically, that's literally what I was doing. I took the pen, I'm just like, along the lines, sort of step motion. And so yeah, I did that, and it's definitely helping, because without the step motion, this is what I initially showed you, believe it or not, it was my progress. So on that, I've done this bit, and I've started this bit, this top corner, because this is the 10 and the 20. I was trying, you know, again, I was doing the block by block, and I was doing the working sort of down and across sort of thing. So I was going down there a bit, and then down there a bit, and I was just like, nah, I'm not liking that. I also tried doing the one at a time. That between quickly boring me and my brain just going autopilot, starting to do the Dutch method where you just like half stitch and then go back up again. It was just like, nah. I actually constantly restarted the cloud at the top umpteen times. So it's like, Nah, let's try this again. So I cut sections of that fabric off. It's actually hard to see, but there's pen on that side. I mean, pencil on that side. There's red pen all over the show because, well, as you saw on the other one, I used a red pen to mark it. And I needed to test, does the red pen actually mark it? In fact, on this side, this is my practice piece of setting up the grids and dividing it for diagonals. There's actually a rogue zigzag over here. That was my initial sample it, and then from there I started putting the boxes in. So yeah, well, I've probably got it too far back because lighting. Basically, it's a bunch of boxes and they got a zigzag line going that way. That's dividing things on the diagonal. Hence how that is set up. I basically did the same thing. I stitched following the zigzag lines and I am loving it. So yeah, if I get some alright progress with this, I think that is definitely going to be how I do full coverage pieces. Because the whole trying to do them as I would regularly cross-stitch bored the garbage out of me. Yeah, I'll stick to my usual way of cross-stitching if it's just a general picture, but if it's full coverage, again, if I definitely do enjoy doing this, I'm sticking with that method. Actually, it's as Karen Bug from Needlebug channel put it. Stitch the way that you feel comfy. If you're doing a particular method or trying a particular method, if it doesn't work for you or whatever, either go back to what you know or try something different. So in my case, I went back to my first idea of the zigzag steppy effect for dividing it up, and loving it. Heck, right, for those that didn't like seeing charts, obviously look away. And for a chain, yes, I do have my symbols on colour as per usual, but I did try colouring in with pencil, marking off part of the clouds that didn't work. I actually printed off colour symbols, because to me regular symbols is like, what? I can see backstitch lines. I can't even see the letters or whatever the symbols are, it's just all a mesh and no. But at least with the colour symbols, well, for the most part on the colour symbols I can tell what they are. That colour, no. That's why, it literally, even on blue it blends in. Hence my keeping hold of a symbols on colour version. But I divided the chart. That's the back, obviously. Oh, I was colouring in the wrong bit. I have to rub that out and colour it in there. I'm surprised I didn't notice that. Oh, I hope I haven't been filling it in wrong. Or is that printed off this? Oh my god. Wait a minute. Oh no, don't worry. It's one of these was... Aye. Ignore that side. That was where I first tried doing the zigzag and I mucked it up at a couple of places. Sorry. That's the important side. Yeah, because it goes that one with... Yeah, there's the other half. That one. So if I put these together... There's the full picture. And so when it's together you see the full zigzag going across like it is on my fabric. But I've been colouring it in as I go, making sure I do stay within the lines, the zigzag. But yeah, I'm enjoying that. So, okay, pattern's gone, you're safe to look again. Excuse me, I'm belching all the time because a bottle of Vimto still. Been guzzling that good chunk. So yeah, I'm going to get on with the editing of this video because again the lighting's probably meh due to light being up there. And also the time it is, it's just literally just after 15:15. It's 9:16 PM here. So yeah, so follow the blue down. Goes down to about here. I think it matches up with that, or goes no. Goes slightly below it, and then we got that blue goes slightly below it. By that blue I mean, where did I put it? Right, it's that blue. Goes slightly below it. no further down that bit, and then it swaps to that, and then we get this, which I think's from a hay field or a cornfield. Could be a cornfield, because although in brown we got stooks, as they're called, where you got the, they're bunched up, like when people are doing the wheat harvest and they've got them all grouped together, they stick them up, and there's like 3 of them in the field. So yeah, I think that's from a cornfield. Or for a cornfield. I'm not too sure, but there's yellows there to represent fields anyway. Yeah, so I've got those 4 colours out ready. In fact, the video actually stopped when I'd, hence why the only bit of stitches there. The video actually stopped while I was starting in some blue, so it's still hanging off there. Needles on there. Make sure I didn't lose that. So yeah, I'm going to stop rambling now. Thank you for joining me again. If people are interested in commenting as to whether or not they'd like to see any more of the game, just feel free to do so. And if you yourself happen to do diagonal stitching in any way, or like sort of know someone that does, how about tell me your opinions, and like what your opinions on parking are, or cross country, or anything like that. What sort of style you do, and maybe how you feel comfy. What makes you feel more comfy with that method than something else. It could have been something you're used to doing, or just something you thought, well, I've tried this method and it's a bit meh, so let's try something else. Like me with the diagonal as opposed to the regular with full coverage pieces. So yeah, I'm gonna get on with editing and do some cross stitch, and I should hopefully get the I don't know how many parts of this uploaded soon.